Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited it in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. So give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Of the NASRA Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Good evening. Welcome to the Concerns of Police Survivors 200 at Michigan Speedway for the Premier Racing Setup Series. Tonight, it's a Gen 4 cars on the track. I'm Steve Bartlett. Wesley Outland will be joining us here shortly, and Dean Biggles, the producer, is here with me also tonight. This should be a interesting race. I did not get the chance to get out there this morning to get on the track, get a feel for it. So we'll have to see what actually happens to these guys. I do know that the pit window is between about 27 and lap 32. That's about all I know right now, other than that it had a pretty good grip on it. We have all the drivers haven't even qualified yet, so we're going to somehow figure this out, how to fill in some time. They're still in their drivers meeting right now. Yeah, I got the schedule up. Last week was Homestead. Greg Vile won that one. This week we're at Michigan. Next week they'll be back in the next gen cars at Kansas. And then we have Pocono in the Gen 6, followed by Charlotte again in the Gen 4 cars. Then we have Indianapolis, Richmond, Talladega, and Atlanta following that. So we got one short track in between all these at Richmond. But then we got the bigger track at Talladega, the Super Speedway. That always brings some excitement here to NASRA.
Yes, good evening, Steve. I'll be joining you here just a little bit until Wesley comes in. Of course, that's the cup schedule that we have at the moment. Daytona's done and dusted with the Merc, the Pookie, Greg Veal for the Homestead Miami, of course. Who's going to take Brooklyn in Michigan? It's not Brooklyn in New York. It's Brooklyn here in the great state of Michigan. It's the motor state, isn't it, my friend? It's the motor towns where they used to do all the bootlegging runs and stuff like that too back in the day. Drivers are at a warm-up session, so the qualifying has been done and dusted. We're just keeping you in anticipation out there if you're tuning in. So please welcome along to the Cops Police Concerns of Police Survivors 200, and of course presented by the TLC as well too for all your sprinkler and lawn needs and lighting and all that sort of stuff. Basically anything that has when you've got an outdoor area, mate, give them a call. There we go. Do you want to go over the grid? Oh, you want to keep it in anticipation for a little bit? I
actually show nothing on the grid yet.
Oh, my friend, we should have a grid. No, we don't have a grid yet because they're still finishing up a practice session. Well, Steve, you said you didn't get a chance to come around and fly your car around here. The Gen 4s tonight. That's what we're going to be having. So here's your race details down the bottom right-hand corner. Gen 4, stage 1. 20 laps, short one, isn't it, mate? And then 45 for stage 2, and then 100. We'll wrap it all up. The 4 sets of tires, and like last night, 100% fuel capacity. So how does that pan it out? They're definitely going to be able to make it to 20 laps there, Steve?
Yeah, they'll make the lap 20 easy. Then the next one's at lap 25 at the end of stage 2, so they'll make that one pretty easy too. After that, be about lap 60, 70, 75, somewhere in there. They'll have to pit. So it should be pretty easy going for them tonight as far as pit goes.
Got your grid up there, my friend. Guess who's in pole?
I noticed that. Our own redneck announcer, Jacob Reeves, in the pole position. And then we have Keith Bradley right next to him on that top side in the second spot. Third, we have Matthew Garrett in the 19. Fourth, Stephen Lachinsky in the 99. Row 3, we have Bo Tiffany in the 35 and Greg Vile in the 56, last week's winner. And then we have in row 4, Justin Clapper in the 63 in that 7th position. Brendan Murray in the 13 in the 8th position. In row 5, we have in Andrew Alzewski in the 11 and Jackson Wade in the 96. In row 6, we have Michael Larch, Brian Chu. And then we have in row 6, Michael Larch in the 2, Brian Chu in the 51. Row 7, Tony Burleson in the 79, Brandon Schumann in the 52. In the 8th row is Chase Albright in the 49, Carl Burt in the 53. In row 9, in the 66 is Robert Walton, and in the 14, Bobby Grant. Row 10, we have Buzzy Mongold in the 97 and Shane Trotter in the number 1 car. And then we have in row 11, Tyler Truex in that 21st spot, Jeff Mert in the 22nd spot.
Yeah, and they continue
with
those drivers that didn't set a time.
And then we have Matt Holmes, Joshua Corner, Jeffrey Johnson the 2nd, Dean Gagliano, Nicholas Tomlinson, and Cody Knott. Brandon Bullock and Jonathan Barker, I believe, will be the ones in the race control tonight.
There's your car manufacturers there this evening. They're all the same. So no advantage whatsoever that you're going to have in the car. Maybe the paint scheme will give you a little bit of an advantage, my friend. Maybe a fan boost out there too can give you a bit of a support, a few extra miles per hour. As Sus Racing said, it should be an awesome race tonight. Lone car can hit 206 entering the turn. There you go, 206 miles an hour. Pretty quick. It's a super speedway for sure. Is it a super speedway or just a speedway? I just want to clarify it there, please.
If I remember it, it's a 2-mile. It's not really considered a super speedway, but it will be a little bit faster than, say, Charlotte or Auto Club.
There we have it. Thank you. Just on the border. It'll certainly be quick, and that's for sure. So thank you all for tuning in for your Wednesday night. I gotta keep remembering the days because I'm on Thursday here. For your Wednesday night. And don't forget as well, too, we got lots of upcoming schedule, don't we, there, Steve? We got, of course, we've had the DLC on Mondays. We've had the Blanchard's Towing Infinity Series on the Tuesdays. Of course, tonight is the NASCAR Cup Series. Tomorrow night we switch over to the Goat Locker Racing Thursdays. And then, of course, it's the Concerns of Police Survivors, which is also one of the sponsors of tonight's race. Stephen.
All right, guys are going in the turn 3. The lights are off on the pace car, waiting for that green flag to drop. It should be an exciting race tonight. We're hoping so. And, you know, the NASRA racing here lately has been pretty clean. So hopefully they are able to continue that and keep the caution flags to a minimum and have a good race.
Green, green, green.
We get to that TLC restart zone, and the sprinklers are going to be sprinkling the sweat from all the drivers across the track as they're going to go racing here this evening.
And Jacob Reeves, our pole leader, jumps out in front with Keith Bradley up behind him as they come into turn 1. Right behind him is Matthew Garrett on the inside. His outside is Bo Tiffany. Jacob Reeves coming out of turn 2 now, still holding on to the lead. We'll have to see how these inside and outside lines play tonight. That'll be interesting to see which one has the better line, as we see now that Keith Bradley takes over the lead on that outside line, and Jacob Reeves will probably take it back again as they go back and forth.
Another lap
coming
completed.
across the line.
Yeah, it's our Gen 4s this evening, so we'll get to our stage 1, which will go to caution at lap 20. Then 45 will go to another caution for stage 2 for a total of 100 laps for 200 miles for the big ones. As you said, shy on 2 miles, so 2 miles per lap, 200 miles, 100 laps. There you go. With Keith Bradley who's taken the lead from Jacob Reeves.
Yeah, as Dean just said, Keith Bradley's out in front. Jacob Reeves seems to be happy just settling in behind him. And we got Bo Tiffany and Brendan Murray still fighting for that 3rd and 4th spot behind the 2 leaders.
Certainly interesting right here. Back to the battle for P3 and P4. Jeff Merkel, Pookie, mate. He's battling it out. Must not have a good qualifying session, or didn't qualify it. He's down in P23. Now, he is a previous race winner, of course, in this series. Whoa! And there's some commotion in the background. That is Jeffrey Johnson, and he has saved it somehow there, Steve, and lives to see another day. Doesn't cause a caution.
Yeah, that was a good save, especially as quick as he went down to that apron, was able to straighten it out. And I actually think it was a car behind him. I didn't catch the number because it happened so fast, but no caution, which means he was able to save it also and keep it going and forward on the track as they're coming into turn 1 on working on lap 4 right now, coming out of 3.
Yeah, we're scooting through pretty quickly, actually, which is good. Touch wood. No NASRA chaos yet. Trademark of yourself there, Stevie. Hopefully we won't have any of that just yet there. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs. Wesley will probably be out taking his dog out for a walk or something. They should be back soon. Old Wesley has a nice little squabble back here at the Jackson Wave. Michael Larch there. Greg Vail. Remember, he's a previous race winner, so he's locked himself into the playoffs. He's happy to go. But, we kind of find that one, Steve, that once a driver gets a little padlock next to themselves with a race win, they tend to win more, or a lot more comfortable to win more, because there's no stress anymore. You have to get a win to get yourself in the playoffs. You've already got one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That does take a lot of the stress and nerves out of it, to where they are able to settle down and just concentrate on their race. Brendan Murray has now taken that 2nd spot away from Jacob Reeves as they are currently battling for it. We got 3 wide right here with these guys. The 56 of Greg Veal, 19 of Matthew Garrett, and the 63 of Justin Clapper, all battling for 5th, 6th, and 7th. And now the 35 of Bo Tiffany. Looks like he might be getting involved in that scuffle.
Somebody lifted off there. Michael Larch, I think, might have just dropped back out a little bit. So, 3 wide this early. Don't want to risk it too much yet because, the tyres are a little bit more grippy. You can see up in the 96 up close to the fence. That's Jackson Wade. Jacob Reeves now has dropped back to P3, but I want to keep my eyes peeled around here, Stevie, because I got a sneaking suspicion these drivers are really something's brewing. Something is brewing, and it's not your local beer brewery either.
56 at Gradeville and 96 at Jackson Wade, swapping positions back and forth back there in the 7th and 8th spot.
They keep Bradley in the fence just from the exit.
Most of these cars, other than that 7th and 8th battle, have single file now, settling in behind each other. Looking good so far. I haven't seen any reckless driving. I noticed Cody Knott did bump the wall a couple of laps ago, but he's got it straightened out and back on.
I think it's Joshua.
Back going forward again.
I think it's Joshua Suss out there from Suss Racing saying, "Good save, JJ." And he likes the sponsor. He said Friday is the final regular season race, playoffs in line with a Daytona wildcard. Thank you very much for that. It's Joshua Suss, isn't it? I believe that there, if I'm not mistaken. Whoa, what's the 96 doing really, really slow? They go past. That's Jackson Wade. That's Jackson Wade.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
looked
happening.
like he clipped the wall when he came out of the turn 2.
Absolutely, because he's dropped all the way back down about 9 positions since the start of this race. So hopefully. So far we've had 2 major scares for some of these drivers, at least 2 of them that we've kind of caught on camera. He's got Buzzy Mongol to deal with there, Stevie. Buzzy's one of those drivers happy to provide his camera with him too. Look at that. What's that track or something Buzzy's got on there in the background? I don't know what that is.
Is that Nuremberg?
It could be Nordschleife. Yeah, it could very much be Nordschleife, which is quite interesting.
That's the only track I know of that's yeah, that's what it looks like. I see that little loop down there on the bottom left now.
All right, there you go, Buzzy. Back in, started P19. He's currently in P19. So
looks like he made that out of rope lights.
He did, didn't he? Jacob Reeves make his way back up through. So Braden Murray was challenging for a little bit. Keith Bradley has been essentially in the lead of this race all 10 laps, which is getting close to our halfway stage break. But, of course, leading is one thing, you're breaking the air, it's another. You don't want to be leading on that lap 20. Oh, and that's Justin Clapper, I think. Definitely you're a tank slapper there.
Yeah, these guys are pushing it a little too hard, maybe getting tight now. Being 10 laps in, these cars might be getting a little tight and forcing these guys up to flap that wall a little bit. We've seen it several times now here these last couple of laps as we watch Jacob Reeves and Brendan Murray still battling back and forth now for that second and third spot.
Yeah, and that's the
Your top five right now is Keith Bradley, Brendan Murray, Jacob Reeves, Bo Tiffany, and Greg Bill and Matthew Garrett battling for that 5th and 6th.
And you got to give it to Braden Murray in P3 currently, up 5 positions. So he's made his way through that field. They're starting to make a little bit of a gap. They're doing a little of swirling and rolling in the background there. That's just kind of breaking some of the slipstream you're going to have here on this Speedway, on the borderline of a super speedway. 2 miles. And that's another one. That's Brandon Murray now. So I spoke too soon. He's now up into the fence and struggling. He's going to go 4 wide over the start finish line, and he kind of keeps out of that, hugs up into the fence like his favorite grandma, and then says, "All right, mistakes are made. Let's continue it on." 12 down, Stevie. 8 to go for the stage break.
And Bradley up there, he's still in the lead, followed by Jacob Reeves. Jacob Reeves and Bo Tiffany trading spaces back and forth ever since the start of the race now. Jacob Reeves did start in the pole. Now he's back there in second. And we got several guys back here with, where did he go? Jeff Merck.
Yeah, where's all Pokey? Jeff Merck is currently running back in 20th place, up a couple of spots there. And let's spy in real quickly inside Merck. Oh, as his scooty gone by, I think that's a lap car, isn't it, at the moment that they're getting past there. Stevie?
Yeah, as I say, Jeff Merck and Buzzy Mongol trading places back and forth a little bit, but it looks like Merck got past him now and pulling away. Then we got coming across the start-finish line. Still got a couple of cars now back to 2x2. Starting to battle out, starting to get that position for the end of the stage. Fighting for those stage points right now.
Yeah, and this is when Jacob Reeves starting to put some pressure right now on Keith Bradley because he realizes I'm down to about 6 to go here. And Mr. Jacob Reeves, starting from pole, you want to kind of take that first stage break win here, and all he has to do is dispose of the animal, Keith Bradley, and he's got it. But Keith Bradley is no slouch. He has certainly won races before and championships, and so he knows when to defend, how to defend as much as possible. But it's, of course, when you're breaking the air at the front, you're punching the air. The driver behind has the slipstream, the driver behind has the advantage of getting a nice run out of the corner. You've just got to be perfect when you're leading a race, don't you? You can't afford to make any mistakes, especially on the exit, because, yeah, once again, you're punching that air. And Jacob knows, too, if you're going to make an overtake, when you're punching the dirty air right now, you've also got to make sure that you're going to clear the car ahead and try to tuck it in front. Otherwise, it's a straight drag fight. Here we go.
Working on lap 16 right now. Keith Bradley's still out in the lead. Jacob Reeves is only about 1/10 of a second behind him, so he's gained a little bit of ground. Pulled away from Bo Tiffany. Bo Tiffany is a 1.4 seconds back behind the leader. So that would put him about 1.2, 1.3 seconds now behind Jacob Reeves, as Jacob Reeves and Keith Bradley are pulling away from the crowd, getting looking for that stage points of 10 for the first place and 9 points for whoever comes in second. Hopefully, it looks like it's going to be Jacob Reeves.
And Jacob, a previous winner before, didn't he? Went on the Concerns of Police Survivors, I think, one night when he was electing to hang up his microphone for the boots and won a race. And ever since he's been winning that race, Jacob Reeves just been on a different level of a driver, isn't it? I think that's what happens too. You start just getting a lot more confident in yourself, and you can start eventually, you're running up the front, and more chances of winning races. And in this case, this is the first time I've seen Jacob starting on pole and in a race. And second of all, this is a man fighting right now for a stage win with Keith Bradley. And he's no slouch to get past. So here we go. 17 down. We're getting close. We're getting close at the moment. 18 now. That'll be only a couple laps to go there, Stevie. This is the time to make a move, and this is the time that Jacob Reeves is making a move.
Yeah, Jacob has really looked strong these last few races ever since he got that win on the Cop Series that night. And I thought that was kind of funny that he took a break of that night from up here in the booth and decides he wants to run that race and wins it. And like you said, I think that built up his confidence quite a bit doing that as he falls behind Keith as we are on lap 18. 2 to go when they cross the start-finish line coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, it is Jacob Reeves, 207 miles an hour. You're asking for it out there, Sis Racing, and it certainly is. That's what he hit the last lap anyway. Let's see, 213 miles an hour on that last one, battling for P1. So he gets a little bit more speed. You can see how much more speed he gets in the slipstream. A couple of miles an hour is quite a bit. But then he's going to start breaking the dirty air right now on the final lap of the stage break. Well, actually, Keith Bradley really stretching it out to the fence, isn't he, and coming down. So, one more lap. What has Jacob Reeves got, and can Keith Bradley do what he's always done before? Defend, defend, defend. I don't think he can
and
now.
Here comes Jacob. Here comes Jacob coming out of turn 4 now with Keith Bradley on his heels. This will be, or should be, the final lap of the stage for lap 20. Or actually, it'll be at the end of this lap, I'm sorry. End of this lap. So Jacob still needs to hold on to that lead. One more time, one more lap, and he can get the stage win.
And he may very well have it. There you are, 170, 180. Let's have a look at the go down the back stretch here. Jacob Reed just needs to keep this flat pedal to metal. He's only got a couple more corners to go, and he's got the stage win. He'll be super stoked. The man from Georgia in Rome. Rome, Georgia, other way around. To get the win from pole all the way to stage 1. Does the redneck announcer do it? Yes, he does.
Oh, we got a big wreck in the back. Merck involved in that.
Oh, Pookie. Jeff Merck. Let's have a look at his reactions at the moment, too, at the end of that crash. But that will definitely cause a stage break. That will be our stage break anyway. And so there you have it. We'll go back and have a look at that wreck. But Jacob Reeves will definitely get that win, my friend. I'd be super happy.
Yeah, I was waiting for these guys for something to happen because I've been watching them back there getting kind of crowded.
Oh.
And then
Oh, it's before this.
all of a sudden, everybody starts scattering.
Yeah, it's before that. I mean, Jeff Merck might have been involved in it. This is it, yes. So this is out of turn 4, isn't it? I think that... Now, also keep an eye out. There is a slow car that's hitting the fence. Well, that's not really a slow car. That's behind them. So the 33 hits the fence. Keep an eye on the 60. 49 goes up high to the apron and also goes up the fence. Doesn't hit it. Merck's the 60 and the 53. So I think 49's come down on Merck, and they've taken out 53, unfortunately. And that's all she wrote on that one.
Yeah, I don't know what the 43 was that 43 or 49?
49 actually. Probably Chase Albright. It might have been. As old Jeff
take
that wounded beast back to the pit road.
Yeah, I have no idea what he was thinking. And I just heard Jeff Merck over the radio. He was not happy getting T-boned 5-6 seconds or so after the wreck, after he had stopped. Somebody ARCA braked him and T-boned him.
It will give us a chance as a bit of a breather, as we will, and maybe you'll be able to grab Jacob Reeves as well, too, after they take that pit stops. We'll just quickly keep with them for a second. Whilst they go down the pit stops, you can also remember what upcoming each week and every week so far of the NASRA network. And if you're missing another one for the Jacob Reeves that is racing into DRS Electric Series. Last night, the Infinity Series was a good race. Stephen, I know you weren't around for it, to miss it, but tomorrow night, Goat Locker Racing, and then the Concerns of Police Survivors on the Fridays. That is the regular season race with a Daytona wildcard. As what Sus Racing said out there, Joshua Sus. Jacob Reeves got to come out first, and he will. Old Stevie.
Hey, you want to go to break, or do you want to bring?
Go to a break, and then when we come back after speaking to Bob, we'll speak to Jacob. Don't go anywhere.
Alrighty.
Hey, Bob Carter with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. Talk to you soon.
All right, welcome back to the NASRA Cup Series, the premier setups Cup Series here at Michigan. And Jacob Reeves, stage winner, looking pretty good out there, son.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. I mean, we're just trying to kind of ride and just see what's happening, man. This package right here with this Gym 4 here at Michigan is absolute crazy. I was shocked I was on the pole, but I think the main thing is just going to be a tire game tonight, and it seems like me and Keith kind of got it figured out right here at the start, and obviously over with Blue Line Racing with Huck and all these guys over here. Hopefully we can do a good job for them tonight. Hopefully we can go ahead and lock ourselves into the playoffs pretty early on in the season.
We'll have to let you go, my friend, because you're about to go green. So good luck on stage 2, and we'll hopefully talk to you very soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
All right, if you want to throw him back into his room there, Stevie, we'll get ready
Yeah,
for our stage 2. And, of course, we'll get that TLC restart zone all fired up. Pace car's in. Barney's going to be waving that flag. Time to go racing for stage 2. Jacob Reeves taken to stage 1. He's confident that himself, Keith Bradley, can have this one all wrapped up. Let's see how it's going to pan out. Barney, drop the flag.
All right, Dean, if you can move him back down, I don't have those powers yet.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jacob Reeves jumps out to the lead
Probably.
with
Yep,
Greg Vile on his heels, and along with Keith Bradley. Keith Bradley and Greg Vile battling for that second and third spot. And now we're going to go 3 wide coming out of turn 2 with Keith Bradley, Greg Vile, and Jacob Reeves all fighting for that first spot. Reeves decides to back out of it and give them some room. And now we got Michael Larch wanting some play in that action also.
Yeah, thank you very much for Justin out there, our race control. He's thankfully just going to pull Jacob Reeves back in there into his box where he's supposed to be. We'll get all that sorted. Top 3, Keith Bradley. Greg Veal now. He's a race winner. And look at that. There's Michael Larch up the inside there, sticking to the inside apron. But you can see it just had to back off a little bit because the car's going to slide up, especially going 3 wide. Oh, nose cut off there.
Squeeze play.
Greg squeezed Keith Bradley, who's dropped right back at the moment. Look how much speed that's been lost. And that's just to show you that what a couple of kilometers an hour makes a difference there from sus racing. There you were calling it too. And there you go. Keith Bradley's dropped all the way back, currently P7.
Yeah, when you got to hit the brakes like that because you don't need to, you don't want to get up there in the wall. And so, yeah, he had no choice but to back out. But that puts Jacob back into the 3rd spot. He had dropped down to 4th or 5th at one point. So he's moving back up. Greg Vile still your leader, followed by Michael Larch coming out of turn 2 onto the backstretch. And
I think that was very, very smart. It's very admirable, too, for Keith Bradley to lift off and do that because otherwise that would have definitely been a wreck. Some say that, I don't know, Greg Veal might not have had the position to be able to put his car up there, but that's something that obviously the drivers will be talking about. Maybe he didn't intend to go up there as well that quickly. And Keith Bradley, that's a part of good drivers and championship drivers, I think, too, Steve. The fact that they sense to have an extra sense of alertness and can avoid a situation, whereas sometimes, unfortunately, other drivers are not very good at avoiding situations like that and end up in more wrecks.
Yeah, that was a good heads up on his part. Unfortunately, he lost a few spaces, but Bo Tiffany's now back up to 6th. Slowly working his way up. Keith Bradley's dropped back to 5th. Jacob Reeves still up there in 3rd. I think maybe Jacob was just taking a little easy on the restart with some cold tires, and I think he'll catch up back to these guys and maybe take the lead again and take stage 2.
Yeah, you can see Jacob just up the road, 57. This is Keith Bradley making his way back up through there. Yeah, I think you're right. It's so much more better. It's as a driver, it's so much more smarter, as you can see, battling on 63 of Justin Clapper, and I think that should be job done because really Justin Clapper's got nowhere herself on the outside. I think he might be very much working with Jacob Reeves, as you mentioned. But that's a clever thing from a driver to sacrifice a couple of places and a little bit of time in order to be pointing in the right direction and have all four wheels attached to your car. Because better than that being a wreck and complaining about it later. Just drive and continue on. Lap 30 of 100. Remember, our stage breaks are going to be over at lap 45. They're going to go by pretty quick. We only got 15 to go now already, Steve, and we're almost there.
Yeah, this has been a really clean race.
And I'm here, guys. I'm here.
Other than
Wesley,
the end
hello.
of stage 1, we had that wreck at the end of stage 1. It's been a pretty good race. Wesley, good evening.
Gotcha.
Welcome. Join us.
Hello, guys. Again, I had another football radio broadcast. They decided to play on October 30th instead of Halloween night. By the way, happy 61st birthday to my dad, Billy Outland, celebrating a birthday today. And, just got in, just literally got in the front door and literally catching up from football to racing. And look at the VL, right? And how we say it, VL leading the way. VL leading the way right now in that 56, Stephen.
Yeah, you missed it. Our own Jacob Reeves took the end of stage 1, won that one.
There you go.
And he'd been up there, been battling up there with those top 3-4 spots all evening so far. And he's certainly sitting there.
Jacob said he's really enjoying this new NASRA Cup Series, man. Having fun. VL up in front right now. Michael Larch in 2nd. Keith Bradley 3rd. The Animal. Jacob Reeves, stage 1 winner. Now back to 4th in Glass Mechanics stage number 2. And right now watching Justin Clapper right now in the top 5. And, definitely a very unique racetrack here, Stephen, at Michigan. 2 Mile Oval. You think of places like Kansas or Chicagoland, Auto Club, what used to be, maybe Homestead, Miami. You think of Precision Banking. This is one of these racetracks that definitely provided. I mean, they could get 3 and 4 wide if they're brave enough to want to.
And they've already attempted 4 wide, but everybody backed out of it, being smart. Yeah, Jeff Merck, there's a slow car that everybody's trying to fight to go around on, and he was involved in that wreck right at the end of stage 1 when the caution flag had already come out. Got T-boned pretty hard, so he's out there hanging on to some points.
Another solid run there down to the inside. There's Keith Bradley battling obviously with VL for the lead. Stride for stride as they work back into the corner. And I'll tell you what, Dean, look at just awesome racing here, battling for this lead side by side. And Keith Bradley, the animal, not backing down as he's going to go to the top shelf and pass by VL to take the lead on the back straightaway.
Yeah, Wesley, himself there, and Jacob, who's currently running a P3, battling it out there with Michael Larch. They've been out tooth and nail, and Jacob had a quick chat to us after the stage break about how him and Keith Bradley have got it, I think, quote unquote, figured out right there, Steve, that they have. And these stage breaks are coming up pretty quickly too, Wes, because look at that, mate. We're 5 away from stage 2, and we only had one. Actually, did we even have a caution? Yeah, we did have one caution, sorry, early, but we had 2 fantastic saves from drivers to prevent 2 extra cautions. So that's to show you the level of quality we have here at the NASRA Cup Series.
If you guys noticed when Keith Bradley was taking that lead back from Greg Vielle, got a little close to the wall. He said, excuse me, I'm coming through. Give him a little nudge, told him to get him out of the play.
So Keith Bradley, the animal, up in front, leads the way. Hey, don't forget, we're hump day. It's Wednesday, and we still got another 2 nights of coverage after tonight with the NASRA Cup Series. Tomorrow, got Goat Locker Racing, Arca Thunder. Always a fun one. And Dean Hopton on the call for that. Stephen Bartlett, Jacob Reeves, Concerns of Police Survivors, Truck Series. Daytona, Stephen, this Friday night. And, of course, the final race of the regular season before that Season 9 playoffs push begins. And, of course, thanks to Concerns of Police Survivors sponsoring our Cup race tonight at Michigan.
Always look forward to Daytona. That's always an exciting race, being bumper to bumper, door to door, or I think it's like 80 laps if I remember right. I don't remember for sure. I'll have to look that up though.
Well, they're fighting tooth. They are fighting tooth and nail, aren't they? That's Joshua Suss out there. He's been keeping us entertained out there in the chat. Thank you very much for that. Talking about they're doing a great job with these setups. Of course they are. Probably premier racing setups for sure too, wouldn't it, Wes?
It is, my friend, and that'll give us a great opportunity, pardon the pun, to transfer into a side-by-side to thank Premier Racing Setups, proud partner of the Cup Series and NASRA. By the way, don't forget, become a member of Premier Racing Setups. Mention NASRA in checkout, and you get 15% off not only your order, but, Stephen, 15% also goes into the pocket of NASRA. And I know Brady and Cody will greatly appreciate that as well.
Yeah, they could use every little bit of that money to help keep this series going like they have been. It's a great series. I've really enjoyed calling the races. I wish I had time and a way to actually race, but I think I'd rather be up here in the booth. I've had a lot of fun up here.
I call jokingly, Dean, the other day, jokingly, Stephen Bartlett is the Neil Bonnet of the NASRA world.
Yeah. He's got the itch for it now, isn't he? He's had a taste of the champagne life up there in the commentary box with us, and so he's like, why do I get down there and sweat it out in a car when I can be up here, good, comfortable in air conditioning, calling the race? And,
right, man.
Yeah.
Look at this battle, though, guys, for the lead. Throw a blanket over him. That's a 4-car battle of the lead. It's Vielle right in front, Bradley second, but quickly in pursuit is Larch on the bottom. Reeves right now right behind him. What a battle here as we got a little side contact. Larch going after the animal, Keith Bradley. That's stride for stride going back to turn 1 there, Steve. And Larch will get second in car 2.
But yet here comes Keith Bradley back on the outside, trying to hold on to that spot. The bottom line and top line tonight have been working pretty much about the same. Nobody I don't I don't think anybody's really had an advantage going up on that top line or staying down below. It's been pretty even.
And another solid run for these guys as they work their way back around the racetrack again.
This will be the stage break.
VL hitting his marks. This is coming to the end of the stage as well. Glass Mechanic stage number 2. This will take us all the way to lap 45. Right now, look who's up in front. VL still continuing to hit his marks of that Napa know-how. Napa Auto Parts number 56. Looks like a throwback, Stephen, of when Michael Waltrip ran in the Yacht Cup Series. Not for long, though. Bradley looking for the inside to the lead in 3.
And Michael Larch right behind him, back down there on the inside also. I think maybe they found a groove that they're working well together. Getting really close coming out of turn 4 there.
Getting crazy up there, side by side at the line. Another lap on the board. Bradley working back going into a little side draft there. Some contact made. VL's going to go for the crossover, try to return the favor on the bottom. Bradley up high. They're stride for stride. Bradley got sideways, Stephen, just a little bit as they work the back straightaway, nearing the end of stage 2 here at Michigan.
Coming into turn 3, neck and neck is Keith Bradley and Greg Vielle. Michael Larch and Jacob Reeves battling for that 3rd and 4th spot. Working on some more of those points as they get ready to cross the line here. And it looks like Greg Vielle will win the stage, followed by Keith Bradley, Michael Larch, and Jacob Reeves.
I don't think yet. We've still got a couple to go, my friend. I think 45 is the stage.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got caught off before that
45, guys. Yeah. Lap 45. Got about 3 laps left to go. 2.5 remaining, actually, to the back straightaway. Bradley dirt tracks it just a little bit. The native out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, powers alongside VL. VL now puts the Napa car back in front, and now we're going to put the first 2 rows side by side for the lead in unison as they diamond off at 3 and 4 with 2 to go in stage 2 at the line.
Michael Larchin taking over that 2nd spot. Greg Vielle still out there holding on to the front. These guys fighting all 4 of those cars. They want that stage win. They want those points. Still early in the season, it can help them a lot towards the playoffs when that comes around here later on.
All of this going on as, again, they work their way to the back stretch. Another lap on the board. VL hitting his spot. Here comes No Larch now. What a strong push on the inside by the Swamp Box Motorsports entry. Swamp Fox, I meant to say. Michael Larch coming to the line. This will be it. It'll be 1 lap to go in stage number 2, presented by Glass Mechanic. And look at Larch now, easily in front, but for how long, Stephen? Final time in the corner in stage 2 and 2.
He's got a 0.3 of a second lead now ahead of Greg Vielle. If he can hang on to it, that'll be doing good. They're coming into the backstretch. Keith Bradley right behind Greg. Jacob Reeves back there also, trying to fight for that 3rd, 4th spot. These guys are now coming into turn 3, into the middle. Let's see if Michael Larch can take the stage here.
Just hold on to that spot. Looks like he definitely will. To the line, Michael Larch. How about that? Concerns of Police Survivors 200. Stage 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic, will go to the driver of Michael Larch in that Chevrolet Pexco entry. And boy, I'll tell you what, Dean, what's some awesome racing those guys put up in the first 4 spots as well.
This has been absolutely fantastic. And Michael Larch there and Greg Vielle that have come in there. Keith Bradley and Jacob Reeves have settled for that P3 and P4 where they're working together quite well. Bo Tiffany in the same position, P5, and Matthew Garnett. So that is it for that stage break, gentlemen. And we've got a big schedule to go through and stuff like that as well. But we'll see them head down to pit road. They are in 100%, remember that too. So they've got 4 sets of tyres. They probably used 2, right? And there's 100% gas. We know that last night, didn't we? How that flicks things up a little bit, Mr. Wesley.
What a show they put on. Larch, VL, Bradley, all of them right there. Of course, going to tag the back of the pace car. And stage 2 is done. Only the cautions have failed have been at the end of the stages, guys. So it's been, for the most part, a fairly clean race, Stephen.
Yeah, the only wreck we had was right there at the end of stage one, and that happened just as the caution flag was coming out to end the stage anyway. So, yeah, it's been a really clean race. A lot of excitement up front, a lot of lead changes. It's been a lot of fun tonight.
So Michael Larch will get ready to bring almost the entire cavalry down onto the pit lane. We're thinking 4 tires and fuel. They'll get ready for that third stage. It's going to be a nice 50-plus lap push to the checkered flag. We're back with more from Michigan International Speedway. This is the NASRA Cup Series presented by Premier Racing Setups on the NASRA 360 Racing Network as pit stops are going on. Stage 3 is next.
In a distant kingdom, in a magical realm, there lived people who faced dreadful drainage problems on their lawns. For many years, they suffered from puddles and mud in their yards. Until one day, the saviors from TLC Company appeared with their magical shovels and lifted the wet curse from the kingdom's residents. Forget about puddles and mud. With us, your yard will become a genuine fairy tale nook. Call us right now, and let's transform your drainage concerns into a magical adventure. TLC, where every home becomes a fairy tale.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Welcome back to Michigan International Speedway. There you see, of course, the weather conditions, the wind speed, the track temp, and more on this, what will be next round of the NASRA Cup Series. Let's grab the Stage 2 winner presented by Glass Mechanic. Real quickly, coming to green. Oh, boy, Michael Arch. What great racing you guys put on, man. Fun times here so far at Michigan. Very clean race. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, very clean. Competitive, aggressive, but yet everyone's keeping it nice and clean, respectful, and that's all you can ask for at these races. It's a fast track. We're hitting about 205, 206 into the turns. They get a little bit loose on the longer runs with these right rears burning off. And I guess manage your tires and be there at the end.
Steve, you got anything for Michael as we get ready for a restart to start third stage, my friend?
All I can say is keep the dirty side down and continue what you're doing. Maybe you can get the checkered flag.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Man, I'll tell you what, Michael, we'll let you go. Good luck to you the rest of the way. Man, what a good, sharp run you got going for Gundog Motorsports. Go get them.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. Gundog Motorsports right there getting it done, and that is Michael Larch. He'll get ready to prepare to go for stage number 3. I'll put you back in your box there for Gundog, Michael. And we'll get ready to go back to the green flag here. Not done yet, Steven. As again, there's going to be exactly 51 laps to go. They'll come back to the they'll come back to the TLC restart zone. Get those sprinklers ready. Yes, sir. Get the sprinklers ready. They come to green.
Get your guards done.
51 to go.
Green.
We're backing away. Yeah, there you go. A little delay on the sprinklers. There it is. Yes.
And Michael Lurch pulls out to the lead as expected. Keith Bradley and Bo Tiffany now on the inside of Bradley fighting for that second and third position. Top 5 cars coming into the turn 3. Larch, Bradley, Tiffany, Vielle, and Jacob Reeves all fighting for trying to get back up there.
Coming to the cross flags this time by. It'll be 50 laps to go here in this race. Again, Larch staying in the lead. Look at him, 3 and 4 wide. We mentioned how crazy chaotic Dean Hopton, it could get here at Michigan. And boy, they're showing it right now. They know this is the wild stage, the chaos stage in stage 3.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's the one that you want to win. The drivers want to win, and certainly stage breaks are something not to be shied of to having. But of course, the race win. That's your name that gets planted, isn't it, in the schedule that will show currently at the moment. That's the one we get you next to Jeff Merck. That's the one we get you next to Greg Veal. So who wants that one slotted in there? Will we have a new race winner that gets locked into the playoffs, or will it be any of the usual suspects? Well, I think Jacob Reeves is certainly a good one to put your money on.
Jacob Reeves, Michael Larch have all been stage winners. Obviously, some really good cars up in the front. Can't really pinpoint one guy to dominate to win this thing here. And don't forget, next week we will be at Kansas. And my goodness, Dean, what a wild race last night for the Xfinity Series at Kansas Speedway. I think the Cup Series will provide the exact same thing.
This has been a back-to-back week of just great racing, isn't it? It's, I guess, after the Halloween 500, where you had a bit of precautions and stuff like that, of course, but that was 500 laps. Everybody's got all the cautions out of their system now, and we've just been having nothing but just good green flag racing for last night, of course, Monday night, and then tonight so far. It's been just fantastic.
Larch and Bradley up in front.
I was waiting for that.
Whoa!
Contact off of Jacob Reeves. He got airborne, came back down on all fours, and the caution will fly for the third time. And this, oh man, VL, what a tough break for the Napa 56 there, Steven.
You know, I was watching that. I was expecting something to happen because Vial's been door banging all night long. And unfortunately for Jacob, hopefully he doesn't have a lot of damage on his car. But yeah, I believe Greg earned his pilot's license on that one.
I believe I can fly. There's that left rear shot from Jacob Reeves. I don't want to say it was intentional, but man, VL just turned into the 57. Nowhere to go for Reeves, and are up in the air there, Steven. Went the 56 of VL. Look at this impact. Look at from the driver windshield, and then he comes back on all fours.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that, man. And you know, here's the deal. He did get airborne, and look at the impact from the left front where he slammed back down on the pavement. Steven, how much damage could be on that car right now? That's the question, right?
Honestly, I'm surprised it's still driving because there should be a lot of damage on that car. He really flew. He went up way up there.
Ooh, I feel it up here in the commentary box with you guys. Wow. And my neck is going, oh, it's hurting already, but I just and my back hurts, my neck hurts. Everything hurts after that, but oh, yeah, it's definitely not pointing straight anymore. He will head to pit road. And Jacob's head's down as well, too. So look at Jacob's copped a bit of ding. Did he land on Jacob's lid?
No, he did not. No, that contact happened. Let's watch it one more time. I don't think he landed on the 57. That all came from the contact from earlier. Let's see here. One more time from this angle. That damage came from where he got collected again from hitting the second time there.
Yeah,
look at how much damage it did to the 57 there, Steven. Wow. Watch this again. Watch this. Right rear. Reeves into the right rear and damages the entire side and even possibly the suspension on that 57. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think we got a little beef going on.
So that,
Jacob Reeves came over the driver radio and he said, "You don't want none of this, bud."
Oh,
we got beef.
We got beef.
We got beef. We got beef. All right, you know, I got to stir the pot a little bit, right? Yeah, here we go.
But, you know, I've been watching Vial all evening, and he's been pretty aggressive. He's been door banging, and these guys won't put up with that in this league, I don't think. Especially Jacob Reeves. He won't put up with it at all.
Yeah, let's get the thoughts of my buddy, the redneck announcer. By the way, door banging download will drop another episode, of course. We have another driver that will be joining him, of course. Jonathan Cofield will be his guest. But Jacob, don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. I think you just said that in the driver radio. What's your take on what happened, boss?
You pretty much hit it right on the head right there. Got jacked up going into 3. 56 don't know where the brake pedal is. So, yeah, I doored him. And then he tried to clear himself, so he wrecked himself. So, That's his problem. I mean, and then he tries to run me over after the caution.
And you
I
do
don't know
realize
if,
you right rear hooked him, though, right, Jacob? You realize you right rear hooked him.
No, I didn't right rear hook him. He got the EOL for it. He tried to clear himself.
I got you.
I never turned left.
Even if you didn't mean to right rear hook him, and he pulled in front of you, you still got him in the right rear. Is what I was trying to say.
Well, I mean, I did, but I mean, the thing is, he hung it right and tried to jump back up, and so he done it to himself. I mean, I didn't cut him no slack. But I mean, you deal with it. You dealt with it. I dealt with it last night in the Xfinity Series, and I'm not going to wreck somebody or whatever, but I'm not going to make it easy on him. And I didn't make it easy on him, and he just wrecked himself. I mean, he done it to himself, so he don't need to be mad at me about it.
I got you. Hey, real quickly, on another side note, door banging download, going to have Jonathan Cofield. That's a guy that really has stepped up and done some really good racing in iRacing for NASRA recently. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, he really has. He's done a lot of stuff for NASRA, obviously. He's done a lot of stuff over there with Goat Locker, with Patrick Drabick, Jamie Barkus, Jake Ellison, all of those guys over there. We call their races for the ARCA Series, and Cofield knows how to get it done over there, and he's doing a good job over here in NASRA, and can't wait to hear the story about how you got into NASRA and Goat Locker and sim racing and all that good stuff.
Green flag.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you get back to it. Thank you so much. And of course, who are you with? What team?
Blue Line. They finally told me. Yeah. They finally told me I was messed up a couple of weeks ago and I was on the wrong team, but they told me I was with Blue Line, so that's where I'm at.
There you go. So Blue Line Racing is where Jacob Reeves will go back to. Don't forget, of course, door bang and download on all major podcast platforms and outlets. And Steve, we go back to green, and we got beef.
We got beef, that's for sure. I heard over the radio too. Race Control gave Vielle a 3-lap hold, so I don't know if
three-lap penalty. You mean?
Yeah, 3-lap penalty hold. So I don't know if he's still on the track or not, but that was his penalty for that.
There's Barney giving the race control commands out there. Greg Fields is still sitting in pit road at the moment, gentlemen. Just coming out right now as we spoke. So a bit of dinged up there. 56 and 57 come together, isn't it? I guess. What's with the numbers of 5 and 6 and 5 and 7?
Right, man. Holy cow. 56, 57. Do the math. And a 3-lap penalty hold being held also by VL. So we have to check in with Justin White, the race director. Maybe he can give us a clarification on that. And it's a tough break. VL had such a good car right up there battling with Keith Bradley and Michael Larch and Jacob Reeves. And now we got some new names. Ryan, the driver Truex now, all the way up there in the battle. Tyler Truex, the New Jersey native.
Yeah. Who was that baseball thing? I watched the Seinfeld episode where he goes, holy cow. I can't remember that. Was there a baseball commentator or a player that used to go, holy cow? Anyway, you guys would know that one.
I mean, Keith Jackson used to say, whoa, Nelly. Is that what you're talking?
No, it was in a Seinfeld episode. George had a little squeaky toy or something like that. And squeak it and go, holy cow, it was a baseball. Anyway, there's Tyler. He's putting pressure on the animal. We're trying to put pressure on the animal. Animal's been leading this race for quite some time. Had to concede the stage break to both Jacob and Michael Larch. But he's thinking race win, isn't he, gentlemen?
Boy, thinking about it big time, no doubt. Look at this move. On the inside, Steven, look at this. The animal, Keith Bradley, 2-time NASRA champion in the same series, the Cops Truck Series. Boy, I'll tell you what, Steven, I took to school last night with Brady, didn't I? he said, Wesley, I just want to let you know I'm the first 2-time NASRA champion in the DSR Electric Truck Series and Cops Truck Series, but Keith Bradley is the only 2-time champion of the NASRA Cops Truck Series. So he's going to the lead.
And he let you know it, didn't he?
He did. Brady did, in a very nice way. In a very nice way. Yeah. In a very nice way.
And Keith expanding that lead now to 4/10 of a second. Tyler Truex behind him, followed by Michael Larch. It's been a pretty good, calm race. That was the first caution brought out for a wreck. At the end of stage 1, we had that wreck, but the caution had already come out by the end of stage, so it's been a really clean race. But it's a stage 3. We're expecting some NASRA chaos here in about 20 laps or so.
Here's one for you there, Rob Wesley. What's that track on the back there of Fuzzy Mongol's wall there?
Oh, is that Bath?
Sorry?
Is that the Bath track?
Bathurst.
The Spa?
Spa? No, it's not
Yeah,
Spa. It's not Bathurst.
I said Bathurst. I said Bath. You got to give me credit.
Oh,
I
yeah,
said
no,
Bath.
it's not. It's not. A lot less turns than that. Well, we're suspecting it is up there. We haven't heard anything from the chat. Stevie's got a...
What track is it? Do you think it's Bathurst?
Nuremberg.
Nordschleife.
Nordschleife,
Nuremberg. I think you're correct on that one, too. We need to chat with Fuzzy. Fuzzy's going to get
Fuzzy
away.
Mongol. He's from Concord. And then,
Made
it could just be a neon light that's he decided to try to make into a scribble scrabble, right?
Make into his own track.
Might be nothing.
Right.
Exactly. He might not have. I'm trying to figure
That's
out
the
what hell
Mongol
bridge
track.
is.
Yeah.
So it is the Mongol track. There you go, Mongol Speedway.
Yeah.
Mongol Road Course. Cops 200 down to the final 100 miles of this one. Of course, under 100 miles to go. Lap number 63 of 100 laps. These drivers are occupying the Gen 4 car. Well, it's been a while since we've seen the Gen 4 Cup car in iRacing or real life, ain't it, Steven? Wow. I forgot how unique they look and how similar now they are to the Xfinity cars.
Yeah, there's not much of a difference in the generations between the Gen 4 and the current Xfinity cars. I think they're the Gen 5 or Gen 6 cars, if I remember right.
Don't get me to lie. Said I think it is. I know they look very similar.
Right.
But, man, Al Zuski getting a little company there for a minute around with Bo Tiffany and Burleson. Burleson.
The only thing I don't like about the ARCA and Gen 4 cars, because they're basically the same cars, the Gen 4's got more horsepower. iRacing has only got the Chevy Impala. They have no Fords, no Dodge or anything like that. It's just the Chevy Impala.
Yeah, everybody's ironically all in Chevrolets here, Dean, tonight at in the Gen 4 car at Michigan. So it's kind of like IROC, if you will.
I think it's the only one available, isn't it, what Steve said, because I was putting that out at the start at the top of the hour of the show going, well, they're all in Chevys, so not much of a choice. There's no advantage at all whatsoever with the cars if you roll in Chevys. Setups, of course, they would be an advantage, because, Premier setups, stuff like that will give you the one. That's what Joshua Suss mentioned out there, too. He also said that, who was it? That was, who's in the fence there? Greg Vale, I think, needs a helicopter license, or he already has a helicopter license after flying like that. Some of the lap trucks, cars at the moment are throwing a spanner in the mix here. Steve.
Bradley up in front, man. Look at this. And would you like to be a Dr. Pepper too, Steve?
Just watch the 19 door bang somebody up into the wall. On our main camera here.
Tyler, big time trouble here.
That's
The
some
16.
more.
Yes. He was into the fence there. He's got to get good cars, guys.
Tempers are flaring, I think.
Wow. What was a very calm race has now started to really get unglued here. Man, oh man.
As we see the new graphics that Dean has for us, he's got them all working now, he says, with the driver's name up above the car like we just had on Tyler Truex.
It is.
Ain't it awesome? Like, look at that. Yeah, look at this.
And don't jinx the blinking in the moment, so we've had it hasn't even caused any problems with that, thankfully, for once. But hey, it's the Cup Series. It's fun. We know that we got Justin down there in race control, isn't it? Maybe Justin might be having. I'm also one of the series organisers. Probably, hopefully, not having to deal with too much of the beef from the drivers, as we have only had a couple of cautions, gentlemen. Touch wood.
Close it in on lap number 70. Justin has always said, man, if we ever want to just bring him in the box, that we could.
Oh, so let's go.
Let's check in with our race director here real quickly. And Justin, I'll toss it to you real quick, boss. Man, very calm, cool collective, and things have definitely got antsy here in this third and final stage of the race, man. How you holding it all together?
I'm trying to convince these guys to run each other with a little bit of respect, and we are not getting that from a few drivers. So I'm going to have to lay the law down here, and I was getting ready just to do it when you guys pulled me up here.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll let you go.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
it's exciting. I think this setup is bringing everybody a little closer together. What I'm witnessing is a couple of guys pulling away like typical, Gen 4 old school 2000s racing, and then you see a big pack of a hornet's nest in behind it.
Yep. And then it's pretty much a tandem, and then trying to swallow each other down, basically, run each other back down.
Bingo, exactly. So Keith Bradley right now is absolutely just leading the field, but question is, has he saved enough in his tires? The setup once you add heat to these tires, it takes a long time to cool them off. So we'll see what he can do. I think Larch and Tiffany are going to probably get close to him, close enough to sniff his tail here in a minute.
And by the way, Justin White competes on the NASRA Cops Truck Series, DSR Electric, sometimes the Xfinity Series. Justin, what is it like to be a competitor, but then you on Wednesday night step away and take over that officiating role to try to man the chaos, if you will, that normally you're a part of every week?
You got to treat every driver, because you got friends, you got guys that you race with, you got guys you don't like, you got to treat it. When I come in on Wednesdays, I treat everybody like a number. It's the 29,
there you go,
the 35, it's the 11. It's nothing personal. It's here about putting a good race on for everybody to watch. Is where we're at.
Well, buddy, we'll let you go lay the law back down. Thanks for your time, boss. I appreciate it.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate you.
Put him back in race control, and of course, that is Mr. Justin White. And hey, pretty cool to be able to grab him in real time while he's working and get his thoughts. Pick the brain, if you will, Stephen, of the race director.
Yeah, it's a different job.
Yes. Oh yes.
That first 3 weeks I was with NASRA, that's what I did. I was in race control, and then Brady asked me to come up here in the booth. I'm glad I did it, because that's not an easy job, trying to figure out who did what and what penalties you got to issue and everything like that. And it's a tough job.
The animal, Keith Bradley, leads the way, as he said, Dean. And the question is, how much tires has he saved? Because this is a place where you can use up your tires here. Right now, he's got a big lead. Well, it's about a quarter second, if you will. Yeah, but it is starting to diminish.
Yeah, it is. Because there's Michael Light starting to close up really quickly, just as you're talking about that one there, Wes. So you're on the ball. Nothing gets past Mr. Wesley Outland. I just wanted to point out really quickly, probably the last chance that we'll actually get to have a look back at this one, but Cody Knott, he's got a pretty cool livery there, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's, of course, for the Halloween theme as well, too. Here we go, gentlemen. Keith Bradley, Michael Larch.
So my question is this, guys, and I think I saw this on the news last night. The Nightmare Before Christmas, is it a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie? Your take on that? Poll the audience. The Nightmare Before Christmas. So we see this battle for the lead. Is it a Halloween movie or a horror movie, or is it a Christmas movie, Stephen?
If I remember correctly, it came out right around Christmas time, so I believe that the Nightmare Before Christmas was a horror movie around Christmas.
Yeah, I don't
Dean,
know. That's a
what
good
do you
question.
think? What do you think,
Both
Dean?
from Andrew. Andrew Orlowski. Whoa, there we go. So Keith Bradley, I want to see the top speed, because we've been talking about these top speeds. These guys have been absolutely flying. There's like perfect track conditions. So there's the animal, Keith Bradley, Michael Larch, and of course it's both from Andrew. So there you have it, gentlemen. Andrew, that's not Andrew. Andrew, how are you racing and typing at the same time? You're running in P4. I'm getting a little confused.
Yeah, right now I'm kind of deciding myself. What is it? What is the decision? Is it?
He keeps going in.
Christmas
Keeps
or
going
Halloween, and Bradley's on pit road. He cannot go the distance. And many others are coming down pit road also. Holy camole, we weren't expecting this.
No.
The Nightmare comes to Michigan before Halloween here, Stephen.
There is the Nightmare.
Actually, I was expecting it, because I knew they couldn't make it to the end. I just hadn't had a chance to say anything yet. But I was predicting right around lap 70, 75 that these guys would come in and pit, take on some new tires, and top it off to make it to the end. Now they can make it to the end.
See, I thought maybe after that last caution, the stage, that they could have been able to fill up their tanks and go to the end, but I guess that's not the case. Wow, here comes more cars on the pit lane. This really changes things because I honestly, Dean, was not expecting this. Wow.
He caught me off guard completely as well, too. So I'm just trying to see who would be out in front, really, after these pit stops, gentlemen.
The pit window's between laps 27 and 32 after fueling. So
yeah, wow.
I knew that they were going to have to make one more stop. I just hadn't had the chance to mention it yet, but they're on that now, and everybody can make it to the end now. Oh, we got a wreck.
And instead, we have a yellow flag. Do we have a caution?
Where?
No, we do not. No yellow flag
28.
yet, as green flag pit stops are ongoing. The 28 car crashing, but no yellow flag with 23 to go, Steven. Wow.
That surprised me because he hit that wall hard, that safer barrier, and then he came down across the front of the track smoking. So I think he's done for the night. He doesn't have enough time now to get those kind of repairs done.
Where's the 28, gentlemen? Sorry, who is that? Because I can't find the 28 on the grid here.
It might have been the 26 of Cody Knott. Trying to pick it up here on timing and scoring.
And I didn't catch the car number.
Anybody else? Then please.
I want to say guys, it was the 26 of Cody Knott. I really do, or the 18. It might have been the 18 of Dean Gagliano. It might have been him also. It happened so fast, and I will tell you, Dean Gagliano and Cody Knott are right there around each other. So, nonetheless, it did not draw a Surf Pro caution, and we have more drivers coming down on the pit lane.
Yeah, I can't go back and actually find that. Sorry, gentlemen, to look at that specifically because nothing really highlighted the race control information that I have here to say that there was a moment. So we just have to deal with that one because there's a lot of other action at the moment. We don't want to miss all these pit stops that are coming in. This is the crunch time, gentlemen. Right. This is where you earn your mathematics grade, didn't you, at school? This is when you got to pay attention to your mathematics to go, where am I going to come out?
Time to go home. Time to carry home that make that strategy work, if you will.
Yeah.
Put yourself in the catbird seat.
I'm going to keep up the last times for you, gentlemen, the timing ticket because it was a little confusing and in the timing tower to wonder what the gaps are. Best to look at the last laps that the drivers are doing. That'll tell you who's got fresh boots and who's banking in some laps and who's not because you can see some drivers doing 38s. And some drivers doing 40, 41s. So you know who's got quick tyres, as Jeffrey Johnson and Stephen will go in, followed by Brent. And so at the moment now, it's just leaving Joshua out. And then
there we go.
You go to Brian Chu in the net lead, per se, of pit stops. Brian Chu went a couple laps in from the animal.
Keith Bradley will cycle back around as a leader again, guys. I'm telling you. So, like, these other guys have not pitted. Lap 73, 75, it's going to be between Brian Chu, Keith Bradley, Michael Larch. And by the way, it is the Premier Racing Setups, 20 to go, under 20 to go now, 19 remaining. So we'll go side by side. Thank our partners. Road Setups, you name it, dirt, pavement, eNASCAR, they've got you covered. Remember NASRA, mention NASRA and checkout. You get 15% off, and 15% also is paid back towards the North American Sim Racing Association. It's the NASRA Premier Racing Setups, 20 to go, right here at Michigan. And Steven, Joshua Corner is leading, but for how long? Maybe he's praying for caution. He hasn't got one yet, but we know he can't go the distance. Keith Bradley will cycle back around as the new leader whenever the 16 does come down pit road.
Yeah, unless he's got an extra tank strapped to his trunk, he's not going to make it. He's
got an Acme rocket tied to his backpack or something. There you go.
He's going to have to pit pretty soon. He's not going to be able to stay out there very much longer.
Hey, so somebody just chimed in and they said definitely not a horror, but it's both a Halloween and Christmas movie. You can say it's a Thanksgiving movie too because they speak on Thanksgiving, but it's both. So there you go.
Release date was October 29th. I don't remember the year, but it was October 29th when it hit the theaters.
Making Christmas. So, I mean, you got Jack Skellington, you got Christmas, you got the Oogie Boogie Man, right? So, I mean, I think Dean's like, what the hell is he talking about?
Oogie boogie boogie boogie.
That's his name, the Boogeyman, Oogie Boogie. Because I'm the Boogeyman.
So Keith Bradley will be
Just
leading this
lead
one, but
my
keep an eye on
eyes.
Michael Larch. Keep an eye on Brian Chew. Bo Tiffany. Where did Bo Tiffany come from? Bo Tiffany has come from a couple of places up here. He's now mixing it with Andrew, who was chatting at Alowski as well. Alowski, it was Tyler Trucks. Brian Chew. It's all going off here, gentlemen.
Dean, I have to say something. I am disappointed in our audience. Nobody in the chat box whatsoever. Nobody in our chat box whatsoever literally responded to my question about the movie. I'm hurt. I really am.
They did.
Sus Racing says more singing Dean's favorites. Yeah, there we go. Dean, they want me to sing. I don't want to sing. What?
Hello, Wesley, my old friend. You're going to sing us to
Hello,
the end.
darkness, my old friend.
All right.
I come to talk to you
But how can
again.
Buzzy be chatting? Oh, Buzzy's in
Where'd
pit
he go?
road. There you go. Buzzy's in pit road. Buzzy, let's pull up your camera at the moment and say hello.
I'll just
Hello, Buzzy.
silent.
There you are. He's sitting in pit road at the moment, gentlemen.
Yeah, there. What is that? What is that? Scribble Scrabble track? Mongold Speedway, Stephen. And then what we call it?
Nordschleife, Nuremberg.
It's not. Is it Buzzy? You're listening to us right now because you're in pit road fixing up your truck for 5 minutes and showing
Hey,
the car.
no, go back to him on camera. What was he doing? Go back to him on camera.
Oh, sorry.
What is he doing?
We'll find out, won't we? What are you doing, Buzz? He's on his phone, texting you.
Quit texting and driving. You're racing. What are you doing? He says, "How the hell with it, man? I'm on pit road. I don't give a damn."
Joshua's going to stretch this. 15 to go. Can he go to the end? Has he just found an extra gas tank in
There
the
ain't
back
no
of
way.
this car?
There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Steven, there's no way, dude. You're a driver. Come on, man. The Neil Bonnet of NASRA. There's no way he can do this.
There you go. Joshua Suss's got you.
No,
I'm Buzzy.
Like I said,
peace, buddy.
And unless he's got a extra fuel tank strapped to that truck, he ain't going nowhere here pretty soon.
Maybe a bit of splash and dash. Maybe some pace car pulled up next to him, and then they did put the funnel in there and give him some gas while you're
Oh,
driving.
gosh, you know what would be funny? You know what would be crazy? If he ran his tank dry, runs out of fuel, and he causes a caution to come out because he ran out of fuel around the racetrack.
That has happened before in the past. He's going to be keeping it out of the fence at the moment more than anything.
Seriously, yes.
So
Yeah, I guess
Keith Bradley's down the road here. Have a
or-
look at the lap times, gentlemen, that they're doing. So that'll give you an idea how quickly they'll catch him. So 46 is 39. That's not that much of a difference. Joshua's still getting some pretty good laps considering he's been out there with worn tires. More Michael Larch and battling for Keith Bradley. This is for maybe net P1 or certainly P2 at the moment if Joshua can't bring it home.
Gotta bring it home, right? Gotta bring it home there, Steven. Gotta bring it home, boss.
Yeah, I'm very
14 to go now.
surprised Joshua Corner's still out there in the lead like that because he's lap 94 would be 40 laps since he pitted, and so going to 100 would be almost twice as long as he should be able to go.
Jackson Wade says the rain knocked me out. Whatever that means.
Wet weather.
The rain knocked
the
me
rain.
out.
No, the conditions here. Are
Boy,
quite-
I'm telling
quite
you
nice
what,
for
guys,
racing, I think.
Corner. I can't believe this. Joshua Corner is literally stretching it out
Here he is.
to lap 88.
You gotta go to
he's
the end
going
now,
for a
right, guys?
gamble, right? I mean, there's no stopping now. I mean, he's literally hoping for a Serve Pro late race caution, or he's going to run the tank out. I mean, am I missing something here, Steven? Last time he pitted was lap 54.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm seeing. And Larch and Keith Bradley are
Here he
catching up to him
comes!
pretty
Here
quick.
he comes! I know
Oh,
it.
he's
He
coming
can't go. He can't go the distance. Here comes the Mountain Dew Dodge. It's the Chevrolet, but it's the Dodge colors of Joshua Corner. He will pit with 12 laps to go. Michael Larch is back to the lead. And Keith Bradley is right there in hot pursuit behind him here at Michigan. It is now no holds barred to determine the winner. Coming to 10 to go, Steven.
And I just remember seeing the Dodge and now this one, the Ford Mustang. In the iRacing forums, they do have templates for these cars to where they can switch out the brand name for like Ford, Dodge. I've even seen Kia, which we know isn't in NASCAR, but they can change it on their own inside of Photoshop or whatever program they use.
20 miles remain. 10 laps to go here.
Here's one for you, Wesley.
Michigan State. Yeah, balls. Go ahead.
Well, we were debating at the start when I was setting up some of the graphics here at the NASRA for the track. I was like, is it a super speedway or is it not? Because it's 2 miles, right? So what defines a super speedway?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Stephen, our Neil Bonnet of NASRA, the Viking, got it right. It is indeed Nürburgring. Nuremberg? How do you say it? Nürburgring?
It's Nordschleife, isn't it? It's Nordschleife. Nürburgring is the actual racetrack that has, usual 13, 14 corners or whatever, and then Nordschleife is like all the way through the forest and stuff.
And I was the car that went head on into the wall, race over. Yeah, I just remember when we were talking about Christmas and Thanksgiving and whatever else, and you heard my voice pick up. I thought I saw Buzzy Mongold hit the wall, and he did do that. He's just out of the race, so he's done for.
He's in pit road. It's not there.
Yeah,
Look, he's getting it fixed.
But he's done for. He said he's out. He's out.
In the list of tracks. In the list of tracks in iRacing, they have it as Nürburgring, Nordschleife, Nürburgring. There's like 3 different ones that they call.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an extension.
Correct.
So you can use either the Nuremberg ring and the Nordschleife rest of it, or you can have one or the other, or you can have combined. So
I would like to thank another Germany company, Sennheiser.
That's the track that, unfortunately, you might have. Nicky Lauda had that accident where he had those severe burns. That was Nordschleife when they used to race that. Believe it or not, Formula 1, crazy when they used to do that. So, anyway,
Sennheiser's a lot easier to say than Nürburgring.
Yes, I have a pair of them on right now too, Wes.
Yeah, Sennheiser headset is what I only use in my broadcast industry. 7 laps to go.
Shh.
I don't care. I wear the damn things. Okay, thank you. Say thank you to the Germans. Yeah. 7 laps to go. It's down to 14 miles remaining, and the game of cat and mouse ready to go is between Michael Larch and the animal Keith Bradley. Bo Tiffany's back a second. Would you have it any other way, Stephen? Down the stretch we go.
No, my question is how much does Keith Bradley have? Will he have enough in these next 7 laps to take that lead and take the win? That's just something we'll have to watch and find out. Michael Larch, he's had a pretty strong car now for this whole 3rd stage, so it's going to be interesting.
Coming down to the end of it here.
We also had Jeff Merck on his cam earlier, but Merck, I think, is out of this race at the moment, back in P27. Just didn't have one of those days. Remember, and 2, gentlemen, before we get close to the dying stages there, he's already got the tick next to him. He's done Daytona. He's like, I've done Daytona. That's it. I don't need to race the rest of the season. It's the big one. And then Greg has got it. So we most likely, because you got to look where Greg is. He's down. He's left down. He was in the accident. We know that Jacob, unfortunately, is not going to be winning this one back in P21. We're going to have a new race winner for the season here for the NASRA Cup Series, so it's going to be exciting. Another one gets a tick next to them, a padlock next to their name. For the
remember next game. Of course, the next one will be next week, and that will be at the Kansas Speedway with 10 miles remaining, under 10 remaining, 5 to go. Kansas in the next-gen car. This will be the first time that we've officially gone through the entire sweep of the next gen, Gen 6, Gen 4. All right, back on track. Kansas next week. To the line, here they come. And there you see the battle between Larch and Bradley. And Bo Tiffany is getting quicker and quicker, Stephen, to run them down to make it a 3-car battle for the win.
Yeah, he's now under a second behind Michael Larch. And about 0.6 of a second behind Keith Bradley now. Keith Bradley's still hanging around 0.2 behind Larch. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough to catch him or not.
It's quicker. Last lap, 40.29 you can see on the tower up there. So 40.33, 40.35. It's a little bit. It's a chip. It's a tiny little bit, but maybe. We'll see if the battle up the road actually slows them down and brings Bo Tiffany to play there, Wes.
And now all of a sudden they're fighting for the lead. Keith Bradley somehow just put a rocket on his car and shot ahead of Michael Larch coming out of turn 4.
He came out of nowhere, didn't he? Look at the
He's a
crossover
rocket
move.
car. You can start singing that one.
Tiffany is in stealth mode. Shades of Rocket Man, if you will. Look at Larch on the bottom. Bradley in the Indy Race Parts Chevrolet right there alongside. Ford, Larch, door to door. They give each other plenty of room. To the line. Penultimate lap of the race. 2 to go in the Cups 200. 4 miles remain. Stride for stride. Viking into turn number 1 for the lead.
Turn number 1, Keith Bradley on the top line. Michael Larch underneath him. Both of these guys fighting for first and second. Bo Tiffany, meanwhile, has fell back now to 1.4 seconds behind these guys. So both of these guys have stepped it up. They're going to fight to the end, and they are not going to give in.
Side by side, down into turn number 3. Bradley up the racetrack. Here comes Larch inside. Half a car length. The crossover. Larch to the lead. White flag in the air. But presented by Darren's Nail Gun Repair. 1 to go. Round 3 for NASRA. We're going to turn 1 single file, though, Stephen.
Believe me, Keith Bradley is not going to give up. I don't know where he found that burst of speed, but if he wants to win this, he needs to find that burst of speed again and get past him.
Bradley back straight away. Final time. Lap car down on the bottom of the apron. Looks like he's fighting the wheel, fighting handling into 3 and 4. So is the leader, Larch. Larch trips up in front of Bradley. Bradley goes high, overshot the racetrack. He powers back. Larch throws the block. Bradley to the apron. He can't get there. Checkered flag. Michael Larch wins here in Michigan.
Wow. What an exciting race. We had really only one caution for a wreck here in that third stage, and these guys, they fought hard. We had 5-6 different leaders, and they kept trading back and forth. Wow, that was a lot of fun.
What a show. Michael Larch winning here. What a battle here at the end. Great racing. I think somebody said this is getting really good. The Sus Racing team was definitely watching it. And Michael Larch, by the way, driver out of Mantua, Ohio, in that Ford Fusion, by the way, winner of stage number 2, comes back and wins stage number 3 as well. What a battle. Michael Larch wins the race. What strategy, Dean, at the end? Drivers having to pit, green flag pit stops, change the complexion of the race. Would you have it any other way? I'm just a fan of good, hard, strategic racing. And this is exactly what we got here tonight in race number 3 of the NASRA Cup Series at Michigan.
He kind of done what it mattered, actually, and you know, to his credit, he's racing. But Greg Vail, of course, there, and Jacob Riggs are not in the picture that Keith Bradley had to fight with. It would have been a 4. Bo Tiffany coming close towards the end there. They're doing the traditional, just run it up there to let Barney know. Thank you very much, Barney, for all your flag waving. But of course, it really goes down to the people behind the scenes, doesn't it? That involved in race control and so forth. But wow, with that, he's done it. He should be feeling on top of the world. He's locked in, isn't he? Michael Larch.
Boy, let the celebration begin. That's all I got to say. Wow, let the celebration begin there, Stephen Bartlett. That's all I can say.
This is an exciting race. I mean, that's all I can say. I'm kind of lost for words right now at how good this race was. This has become a real good series. 3 races, 3 exciting races so far.
Yes,
and we still got a whole season to go yet.
Yeah, it certainly has, man. We definitely have enjoyed it. No doubt. As now we take a look at the results of the race. Michael Larch again picking up the win. As we mentioned, Michael Larch taking it. Keith Bradley second. Bo Tiffany, I thought maybe he could make something happen there at the end, but he just ran out of time. He'll settle for the podium. We'll still hear from the original driver out of Corning, New York, now from Graham, North Carolina. Andrew Alzewski will have another top 5. Tyler Truex, the New Jersey driver, will finish in the top 5 as well. Burleson, Holmes, Garrett, Chu, Johnson, your top 10 here, along with Lachinsky, Gagliano, Bullock, Tomlinson, Brandon Schumann, Carl Burke, Justin Clapper. What might have been there, Stephen, for Joshua Corner. He'll still finish on the lead lap of the top 18.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Jacob Reeves. He'd been up there all night long until he got in that wreck with Greg Vielle. That was disappointing. I think that was the only disappointing thing in this race for me. But other than that, what a great race.
Certainly was, man. Would you have it any other way there, Dean, as it came down to the end of it?
I don't think so. I think it was fantastic racing, like it has been. It's going to be wrecks. There's going to be moments. There's going to be door banging, and you heard the door banging. You can actually hear Jacob's door banging download as well too. But
Yes,
you heard it live as well too. And I think everybody got excited towards the end there because it was some fantastic real racing, real pace racing, and real pit stop strategies as well too. So obviously we get to find out and speak to the drivers as well to hear from Michael Larch, hopefully Keith Bradley, and Bo Tiffany, gentlemen, very soon there, Wesley.
That's exactly right. And obviously, Michael Larch getting it done. And we're going to step away. When we come back, we are going to go to network timeout. Thank our sponsors. When we return, we'll grab the drivers on the podium, set the stage for Kansas. Get you ready for Goat Locker Racing Arc of Thunder tomorrow. The Cops Truck Series regular season finale Friday night at Daytona. All on the way. We're back with more from Michigan. As again, Michael Larch wins. By the way, he's the third different winner in 3 races in the NASRA Cup Series.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Welcome back to Michigan. The Viking, Stephen Bartlett, Wesley Outland, Biggles, Dean Hopton, a little pip cheerio for him. And the race is over here at Michigan. Michael Larch picking up the win. And by the way, I'm understanding there's a little bragging rights as well. Michael Larch, congratulations to you, man. You make now the third different winner in the NASRA Cup Series so far this year.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. It was an intense race for sure. A lot of these guys battling for the lead. Real competitive, real aggressive, but kept it clean. Couple wrecks here and there, but you're going to have that when you're side drafting, doing a little bit of door rubbing. But glad me and Keith and Bo could put on a good show there at the end.
I think I lost you guys for a second. Hello?
Steven, are you there?
Oh, yeah. We just went awkward pause. Stevie? I can't hear. Wesley?
I'm still here. I guess I'm, again, talking with Michael Larch, the winner. Michael, I'll tell you what, man, what a really good, solid run, dude. Just definitely the strategy at the end of the race of fuel mileage, fuel consumption, stretching, strategy, and you and the animal, Keith Bradley, just racing the way you did, guys. I mean, I'm a fan of good, hard racing like we saw tonight here at Michigan for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. me and Keith were racing door by door throughout the whole race. Once he got up there, and I knew he was going to race me clean, and I was going to do the same right back to him. There's no reason to be slamming each other into the walls or taking each other out when you're racing for the win like that. Keep it clean, keep it respectful. There's nothing wrong with winning that way. But yeah, as far as strategy, you guys, like I said, after the stage win, guys, taking care of your tires, and me and Bo, we were just committed to that bottom line. I was not getting off that line whatsoever unless I got stuck on the outside, just trying to conserve my tires for the long run there. And it paid off in the end there, battling with Keith. And then really wasn't a fuel mileage race. Once we got deep enough to where we knew we were going to have to make one stop, it was just a matter of who was going to try and undercut who, and how far you were going to allow that to happen before you came down pit road to try and counter it.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, thank your sponsors. One more quick question, though, man. What's your take of the NASRA Cup Series now, and it's only trio race of the season?
I'm having a blast. This is my first season. Bo came to me. We've raced before in other leagues, and he asked me if I wanted to come race with him, and I said absolutely. And me and Dean came on board, and I'm just having a good time. Like I said, it's real competitive. A lot of these guys get a little bit too emotional, and grab some tissues, you'll get over it, and then move forward.
Well, bud, thanks for your time. Thank your sponsors, and we'll see you next week. Going to be Kansas.
Yeah, I'm just thank Pexco Corporation, all the guys at NASRA. I'm still learning everybody, so if I miss anyone, I'm sorry, but mainly Justin, Brady, and all the other team owners that are involved help this thing roll from week to week and get more people in here, and you guys up in the booth. It's fun to go back and watch the race.
There you go. There's the thoughts of the winner, Michael Arch from Mantua, Ohio for the Buckeye State. Got the Stage 2 win presented by Glass Mechanic and was able to go to the finish and win in fuel strategy, pit strategy, and then the green flag and more. That's to grab now the only two-time champion of the Cup Series. Matter of fact, I think he's a defending champion as well. Animal Keith Bradley, Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Always great catching up with you, my friend. Your take of this race. And you already bragging on Network Timeout how damn fun you had.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Hats off to them guys, Michael and Bo. Kept it really clean, raced really hard. Hopefully it was just as good to watch as it was from the driver's seat. That was a blast.
And Keith, sorry guys, I changed position and accidentally pulled the plug out of my headset off the computer. But Keith, how was that Premier Racing setup? How did that work for you on this track here at Michigan?
Honestly, I heard some good and then I heard some bad. Me personally, I liked it. I had to put a little bit of my personal touches into it as far as steering ratio goes, offset, that type of thing. But I thought it was pretty good. It handled really well. At times you could drive it in really deep if you wanted to, and really plan it coming out of the corner. And I thought it was pretty good. Hats off to Premier for supplying it and Justin White for putting all this together.
Man, I'll tell you what, Keith, what would it mean to you, buddy, to, obviously win here in the NASRA Cup Series, but also try to go for a championship? I know that's something that you definitely take pride in, and your take of where NASRA's been since 2020, buddy. We've known each other a long time.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to run for a championship on the Cup Series. I work every other Wednesday, so I'll be here every other Wednesday. I'd love to. That'd be great. But as far as where NASRA's came from, who would have thought sitting back 2020 that we would be where we're at right now? It just took a lot of hard work by Brady, yourself, Michael, and everybody that bought in and stayed bought in, and then bringing in the new guys and getting them to buy in, and it just, I think we've built a really good, I'm going to say, community. We race almost every night, and the racing's typically pretty good.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, thank your sponsors. We'll see you not next week, but the week after. I think we'll be at Pocono.
Yes, sir. I think personal sponsor, Indy Race Parts, Just Racing Boys Design, JRB Designs. Look them up if anybody needs a paint. Everybody at Mission One, me and Brady kind of put this together last minute with Bo and Michael, myself, and a couple others I can't even really remember. All the admins that put all this on, Justin, Brady, Cody, you guys up in the booth, you guys have been killing it literally Monday through Friday.
Thank you, Keith Bradley. Always great catching up with my friend there, of course, out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Known him a long time, the Andy Race Parts, number 29, entering a two-time Cops Truck Series champion, Keith Bradley. Let's go down to Bo Tiffany, originally from Corning, New York, now from, I'm telling you, Mebane, North Carolina, Graham, North Carolina. One day, Bo, when I make a trip up that way, I think my next travels will be for the North-South Shootout broadcast obligations with Racing America next week. We need to get together and grab a lunch somewhere, man, for sure. You'll finish third, though.
Yeah, we do, man. That sounds like fun. Whew, what a race, man! Congratulations to Larch and Keith. That's pretty cool. I think that I don't know. I have to ask Brady if that's the first Mission 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Race your teammates there, and we kind of when I talked about doing this league, we kind of just threw this together last minute, and Michael and Dean and Jackson, that's all on the team. Like I've raced with these guys in other leagues, and they're just a good bunch of fun guys to bring together.
Is your mic working again?
Yep, it's working. Bo, I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on these three different cars, running these three cars, a different car every other week, or every week, I should say, because we got the next gen coming up, and then back to the Gen 6, Gen 4. What's it like for you to race these three different cars like this?
It's fun. I mean, you're three different animals, three different generations of cars, and then when you throw in the awesome setups we've been getting, when we don't, we don't really get them till like a day or two before the race. So then you've got to figure it out, and like he said, you've got to make adjustments. Little fine-tune adjustments to try to get the car to drive to your liking on a custom setup. So, because it's not iRacing's base setup, I think the cars have been better. I think you've seen the competitive nature has been better. But yeah, I don't know. All three are fun. It's just, three different animals, just trying to learn them all.
Well, buddy, before I let you go, Bo, thank your sponsors, man. And I'll tell you what, this might have been 115 laps, 110 laps. Do you think you would have got in there, or do you think you'd used up your equipment there at the end?
I think actually I saved a little bit too much. I came to the pit road with Large. We had an idea what we're going to do to kind of, it depended on when Keith and them came. And then, the 11, he raced me clean. Him and I have been racing each other there back and forth. And, Keith got past me a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to save a little bit here. So if these two get raced, I can get by them. You probably saw it. I slipped it up off of 2. Problem is with these cars, if you overheat that right rear on one lap, it takes you like 2 laps to get it back in the rhythm again.
Well, buddy, thanks for your time. There you go. Bo Tiffany. He will finish in the number 3 position. That'll round up our podium drivers. Here's a look at the results one more time. Off to, of course, Kansas Speedway. Tornadoes and Toto will be in the house virtually next Wednesday night for the NASRA Cup Series. If you'd like to know more, go to NASRA-racing.com. There you see it. Kansas, Pocono, Charlotte, and I'm enjoying this new series, Steven. Your final take of the race, boss.
Oh, I'm having a ball. I mean, these races have been close, all three of them so far.
Yes.
And even the run up to Daytona with the duels and the clash before that. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of lead changes these 3 races, 3 different winners. I'm impressed. NASRA has done a great job of putting this series together.
Certainly has. Dean, always a phenomenal job, boss man. Could not do it without you. Your take of this race as we'll get ready for Kansas next week. Goat Locker Racing Arca Thunder next Friday, or this upcoming Thursday, and then the Daytona race this Friday night, the final race of the regular season, and the playoffs will begin for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series after Daytona Friday night.
When something, the old saying, when something ends, something else begins. That's exactly what's happening, isn't it? We've got the ending now of Cops starting to form, and we've got this great series that's starting up here for the NASRA Cup Series. So, when something's going to end, something's going to flow. It's just constantly going all week here at NASRA. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to it. I just fingers crossed in the background everything works. And it worked perfectly tonight, gentlemen. So I'm happy the broadcast all worked. You guys did a phenomenal job. The drivers, of course, did an amazing job. So it's up to you. It's up to everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And let's continue up the great work. More to come tomorrow night.
It is definitely more to come. Goat Locker Racing tomorrow night. And, of course, with Arca Thunder, Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Cannot thank it with all the sponsors, Cops, Murph's Magical Creations, Serve Pro. Thank you most of all to TLC Incorporated And thanks again to Concerns of Police Survivors for sponsoring the trucks at Michigan. All right, well, that's going to do it. By the way, apologize for coming in late. I know, Stephen, you had some other things going on as well. I got the real broadcast obligations. And, of course, as Brady and Cody understand, and everyone else on the World of the NASRA family, and they've never given me any problem with it, that comes first. And, Stephen, I appreciate that. Dean, I appreciate that as well. And definitely tried to. I'll put it to you like this: when I left the football stadium, Stephen, I left the stadium with emergency blinkers on to try to get out of the bypass into the traffic. So I was trying to get here as quick as I could.
Well, you got here. That's all that counts.
That's right. That's right. Everybody, I hope you have a. I can't do the. Give us a happy Halloween, Dean. There you go. I don't have the sound effects like Dean Hopton does. I hope everybody has. Oh, that's your real voice. Wow. Sometimes it sounds better than your regular voice. Have a great, happy, and safe Halloween, everybody. Be good to one another if you celebrate that sort of thing. If you don't and you're a Karen or a liberal, okay, just enjoy it. It's another Thursday. But happy Halloween. Be safe out there if you're trick-or-treating or trunk-or-treating at the church gatherings or however you do it. Enjoy it. Be safe. Parents, check that candy. We'll be back tomorrow night. Goat Locker Racing, Arc of Thunder, Cops Truck Series Daytona. And I'll be back with you next Monday through Wednesday. Oh, and by the way, don't forget Black Friday. Send the wives, send the girlfriends shopping. And Stephen, we got NASRA, 350 miles from Talladega, in the Black Friday 350 from Talladega. So good night. Take care. Congrats again, Ohio's Michael Larch. There is something better than the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Buckeye State. It is this guy. He wins the Concerns of Police Survivors 200. Take care.